Welcome, everybody, to TV Talk, your favorite show about TV on the internet. We're not on TV yet, David, okay? But if you treat the internet like your television, we're on it.
You can watch this. There's the Roku's and the Apple TVs. You just, press stream, and it's on a big 65-inch screen. It's the same as TV. There's no difference.
It boggles my parents' mind that you can actually watch the internet on the television. They have no idea.
My parents have watched every episode of the TV Talk 3.0. They don't watch it live. It's a bit too much for them.
Yeah.
They usually wait a couple days, let it simmer a bit, and then they'll fire it up. Yeah.
Sure. How are the Doc and Kathy Griffin doing?
They're good. They are now both officially retired.
Whoa!
Yeah, Dr. Griffin has retired, and he's chilling, just playing golf probably 3-4 days a week, getting good at his game. Yeah, just living the dream.
Where's his handicap right now? What do you think? What do you think the Ducks?
He's probably still in maybe he's in the low teens now. I don't know. He's always kind of been about the teens, low teens maybe.
Parents retirement. I don't know really what my parents have been doing in retirement other than my dad texting me. He texted me tonight. There was a guy from Pittsburgh on Jeopardy tonight. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Thanks for
yeah. They're just hanging out.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We're here every single Tuesday, as you can see, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you remember us from Collider Days, really, you remember us as the best show that Collider ever did. You can come at me with any other show. I'm kidding. We miss everybody that used to work at Collider, almost everybody, and we appreciate that David and myself have stayed friends this long, and we decided to bring TV Talk back because we just missed each other. We missed talking about television, and I needed a reason to watch more TV. I really did. I did.
It's always good. You got to watch more TV. The more shows, the better.
Yeah. Courtney Basinger in there saying my handicap is 18. That's not bad.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Michael Kautzer saying I'm teaching my mom how to download things off Netflix. Okay.
There you go.
Mikey Kautz.
That's essential for those long road trips. You're going to go on a plane. You got to download those episodes and movies. You got to do
100%. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on a plane and been like, son of a bet. Now I have to watch. I scroll through those Delta movies like, no. I guess I'll think about that now. And there's so many movies on there that I have avoided. I'm like, I guess it's on a plane now. I watched this movie, David. Shoot. It's about a guy from England who's golfer, a Phantom of the Open. Have you seen this movie?
No.
Guys, I was laughing out loud and sobbing, crying. All in the same movie.
Good plane movie.
I'm sobbing. So Amanda, my amazing wife, holding our baby, okay, on a flight from LA to Pittsburgh, or San Francisco to Pittsburgh, okay. I turn on this Phantom of the Open because it's golf related. I love golf stuff, okay. MK Songbird with Mark Rylance. Yeah, Mark Rylance was in it. Yes, okay. It starts and I'm just like, this is amazing. I'm giggling, I'm laughing. And she's like, the baby is sleeping. Don't laugh and wake up the baby. I was like, okay, got it. Baby's still sleeping by the end, David. And I am waterworks sobbing, like chair, like shaking a little bit. I can't recommend this movie high enough. I know this is TV Talk, but Phantom of the Open, watch it, David. Just watch it.
I will watch it. Phantom of the Open. It's on the list.
If you guys want to support the show, you can Streamlab right here on YouTube. We have a Streamlabs. I put it in the chat. Streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa, I believe. Yes, Good People GPA. I'm gonna copy it on the clipboard. Watch this, David. And I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then people can go there whenever they want.
Copy and paste.
There you go.
Okay.
So you can Streamlab. You can also super chat the show. Thank you so much. Let's get into it, David. So on our first 2 episodes ago, we talked about Pat Sajak retiring from Wheel of Fortune. Now, we all know that when Alex Trebek unfortunately passed away, there was this long list of guest co-hosts on Jeopardy, and it just didn't work for me. You got to pick one. And it was kind of fun at first. Aaron Rodgers was trying way too hard. His hair was way too greasy. And it just was what it was. Then they brought in what's her face, Blossom.
Yes.
Who's, for all intents and purposes, bored hosting to the show. Like, you can tell. Her heart's just not in it, David. It's just not in it. Okay.
It's a very paycheck, though.
It's an amazing paycheck.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yes. And for a diehard Jeopardy fan like myself, I no longer get super excited to watch the show. I'll be honest with you. It really bummed me out. Ken Jennings isn't bad. He at least has his heart in it.
Right. Because he was a former champion.
Yeah, the all-time.
Like, all-time champion. Yeah.
Nobody's come within like a half. I mean, I think Holtzhauer is the closest one to come to his total, and Holtzhauer, I think, hit like 40 wins. Ken Jennings won 78 times in a row.
Wow.
That's almost like an entire season of Jeopardy that he stayed on there. Anyway, so Sajak retires, and the rumor immediately is that Ryan Seacrest is gonna be the guest, the host, which was confirmed today that that Seacrest will be the host. Do we care? Is he? I guess he's the right, because Wheel of Fortune, you have to be a total cheese dick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, and two, I mean, Seacrest, he's already doing the American Idol thing. He's already in this is an ABC show, right? I mean, he's in the ABC family, he's in the Disney family. It's like, I'm sure there's probably some easy contracts to work out. Let's just kind of add another couple zeros to his, to his check. It's fine. We'll just, just give him that job too. He's fine. Yeah. I mean, Seacrest, I don't have nothing against Seacrest. My wife Michelle is a big fan of the morning show out here in LA, and he's
really.
I give him credit. That guy works. He is up at like 4 a.m. He does a radio. I mean, that guy is. I don't know how he has time to do anything else. So I don't know. I have nothing against him. I wish they would go with somebody new. Like I think we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Just like a new face, somebody different.
Yeah,
not Ryan.
Yeah, I just don't understand. If you're looking to, I guess if you're looking for the safe option, you just go that.
He's 100% safe.
Safe.
He seems reliable. He's on time, does his job. And Josh, that enthusiasm you're talking about, Ryan can, I don't know if he is into everything that he does, but he can fake it really well. Like like, wow, this guy's into like American Idol. He loves doing this, for 20 weeks straight, that kind of thing. So I don't know.
I mean, if you're looking to like bump the ratings, I don't know if they're trying to bump the ratings in Wheel of Fortune or just have a seamless, like, hey, these are our ratings. These will always be our ratings. We're not gonna buck the trend. We're not gonna try anything different. We're not gonna try. Just here's a guy that looks like Pat Sajak. They've got the same bad humor. They probably drive the same car. They're more than likely. I mean, Brian Seacrest's hair is fake. Pat Sajak's hair is fake. Just go with it. Just that's the situation. Here's the question, David. You go on Wheel of Fortune. Okay. You're in the final, you make it all the way to the end, but the final puzzle. What are your 3 letters and your vowel that you're choosing? Because you have RSTLNE. Okay. And then you can choose a vowel and 3 consonants. What do you choose?
I am no whiz person of any kind. I think I'd feel more comfortable on Jeopardy. I feel like when I watch Jeopardy, I know more answers than I do when I watch Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune
it's a skill set. It's a skill set.
It kind of confuses me with the vowels and the consonants. I mean, I did go to high school. I did go to college. I understand.
You're well read.
I'd probably pick an A, maybe an E.
Okay. Well, you got 1 vowel and 3
one
consonants.
vowel. Oh,
one
no.
Vowel. Yeah.
E. I'm going E.
No, E. They already chose E. You have RSTLNE. Those are your 5 that they've chosen.
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess
I would always say
then.
A or O. A or O, maybe.
Yeah. And then consonant. Well, you said I can't use S. S is gone.
RSTLNE are gone.
I like RST. That's what I'd want, though. Maybe how about a D?
D for David. Yes. Okay, good. Good.
See, I would lose. I would be out. I wouldn't make it. It's like, is there a D available? Like,
I'd be like X, Y, Z.
What's
that's not in any words. Yeah.
I would be in my head all day repeating the vowels A, E, I, O, U, and I would be saying that over and over in my head. Vowels, it's not good. I wouldn't do well on the show.
Vowels.
Yeah.
Erosion 101, someone new like Josh Macuga. Yes, I'd gladly take the Wheel of Fortune job. Yeah. Troy says, damn, this could have been the Brian Dunkelman comeback America's been waiting for. You know who Brian Dunkelman is, David?
No.
He was the original co-host with Ryan Seacrest on American Idol, and they
Oh.
dumped him, or he quit after like the first or second season. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I watched some of those early seasons of American Idol.
You did? You watched him?
Yeah, because my mom was a huge fan. Now I watched the newer version of it with Katy Perry and that whole and Lionel Richie and that whole crew, because Michelle's a big fan. So actually, I've seen the last 2 seasons of American Idol. And again, Ryan, he's fine. He does a good job.
Yeah.
He's professional. Does a good job.
He's good.
He's fine.
Haskell 420 says, Josh, you ever see Dead Solid Perfect with Randy Quaid? It was a 1988 HBO movie based on a 1974 novel. A wild pro golfer with a fed up wife tries to get his life together in time for the US Open. I have not seen this, but that does sound interesting. 1988, I was 5 and I didn't have HBO. My parents refused to get HBO. So there's that. Welcome everybody into TV Talk. Again, we're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Myself, David Griffin. You can super chat the show. We have a Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. It's that's the one we used to use for this channel. I'm not going to make another one, so just deal with it. I got too much going on, David.
It's fine.
People ask if we can do a Patreon. I don't have time to run a Patreon. I was sign up for it. I will get this into a podcast form eventually. I know that's relatively easy. I will make that happen for all of the people that want to listen to the show. But I appreciate everybody watching live, people watching second. We love all of you very, very much. And if there's anything that you guys want to talk about on Twitter, or you want to send in questions for the show, those are our handles right there. You can follow us, and we'll answer what we can. Yeah. Because somebody did send in a question early, right before we went live, and we will get to that in a little bit. But next up, David.
Yes.
On our TV Talk News here rundown. So the Idol is ending a week early. It's only getting 5 total episodes. And I will tell you, I said this a couple episodes ago. It was my least I didn't like the pilot at all. I couldn't stand it. Have you watched anything past the pilot of the Idol?
I have seen episode 2 and I am done. I mean, I'm not trying to put it, in the dumpster. It looks gorgeous. You can say they spent a lot of money on it. I think Lily Rose Depp is good. She has a presence. I don't know about Abel the Weeknd, if he's a good actor or not.
Yeah.
And it's trying, like I said before, it's trying to be provocative. It's trying to be sexy. And they're trying, it's just like, it's like, ooh. I just don't, I don't know. I don't get it. And I love Euphoria. It's in the same showrunner does Euphoria. I think
you can tell it's got a style.
It's got that style. But Euphoria works for me. This is, I feel like, trying to be shock without the human element. Whereas Euphoria has that shock too. But there's more of a human story, especially with Zendaya's character. And I don't know. I like Euphoria more. This show's just, it's too, I don't know. I can't connect with it. Maybe people out there, I look at the comments. I can't connect with it. I wanted to, but I can't. So all right. Anyway, to answer, we're talking about Idol, because Idol, if you've seen, his ending, not canceled. It's ending after 5 episodes. So this show was originally supposed to be directed by the great Amy Simons. She backed out because of creative differences.
Okay.
I heard there was a lot of feedback from Abel. There's a lot of behind the scenes drama you can read about on Hollywood
The Weeknd
Reporter.
is hard to work with.
Yeah, there's some drama. You can look it up. Look up those stories. Anyway, they retooled the show. Okay. Abel, the Weeknd, is a bigger character than he was supposed to be. He's more of, he's the second lead basically. And now it's just 5 episodes. But that was what it was supposed to be after they rebooted it or started over. So it's not getting canceled. It's not ending early because people don't like the show. It's probably going to get renewed. I mean, if I've missed the news, if it has been renewed, I'm sorry, but everybody's talking about it. It's like the most talked about show, for better, for worse, on social media. It's going to get renewed. It'll be picked up.
Okay. You know what? Why I don't think I can watch it? What? I can't take a guy who's supposed to be the main character and he's supposed to be like seducing and like running this girl's life. Hold on. That has that hairstyle. It's a slick back rat tail. Like I'm supposed to try. Come on. That was the choice.
I wanted to give Haskell 420 a little credit. He said Lily Rose does have moments. She shines big time, but it's more like a 1983 Skinamax show about a singer. I think that's the thing, like the sexiness and like trying to be edgy. It's like we've seen this before. Like there's been sex on TV for decades, since before we were born. It's not new.
Since Dennis Franz's butt on NYPD.
Yeah, that's a network show. That was what, ABC or something?
Yeah, 1999, I think. Or
so I don't get it.
I like that was the first butt they decided to put on TV. They're like, guys, we have a lot of hot butts we could go with, but we're going with Dennis Franz. Now, you guys might remember him from Die Hard 2 as the cop that's helping John McClane in Die Hard 2. Yeah. Now that we're in NYPD Blue, he's going to be a sex symbol. And if you know anything about sex symbols, Franz is it. And I never watched NYPD Blue, but I remember when it came on, David and my parents were like, we're going to see a butt tonight, guys. And it's going to change television.
Yes.
Sulks Yard 1999 says limited one series Mount Rushmore TV talk, baby. Mm-hmm. Is that what we're saying about Idol? Is it's a limited series Mount Rushmore?
I don't know if it's limited, but it's hard to tell what's limited nowadays. People come out, studio heads will say it's limited, and then it's like Big Little Lies. Big Little Lies was supposed to be a one-off. It's like it did so well. Like, well, let's make another season. So who knows? We'll see.
And then they did a second season, and it was just complaining for 6 episodes. And then she did the other show that I confused with Big Little Lies, which was Little Fires Everywhere.
Yes.
It's like, stop putting little in the title.
Those are all Hello Sunshine shows. Reese Witherspoon's $900 million company. Good for Reese for selling a company for $900 million. Good for her. She's
well done. Well done.
Raking in that cash. Good for her.
Unbelievable. All right. Up next here, David. The Futurama getting a 3rd reboot. They just keep bringing out this show.
I've lost track. So I was a huge fan of Futurama. I think they did, I want to say 4 seasons on Fox, which are excellent. It came back, still a good show, left, and now it's coming back again. And I think there was a Futurama movie too, but I can't speak more for the later seasons, but I loved those first 4 seasons. Amazing cast. You have Billy West, of course, and I'm blanking on one of the most
John DiMaggio,
one of the most famous voice actors out there is great. And then the lady from Married with Children. I'm forgetting everybody's name. Katie Seagal. Just a great cast.
I like that you go Married with Children. I would always go Sons of Anarchy.
Yes. She was good in that.
Yeah. A show that we're going to start a new segment here this later in the show that we're going to tell you guys about. I would put Sons of Anarchy in the second part of that new segment, but again, we'll get to that later in the show.
Okay.
I've never been a Futurama guy, so the fact that they keep rebooting it, wouldn't it just be like a continuation instead of a reboot? Wouldn't it just be like, hey, we're going to do another season of the show? It's an animated show. You can take that time off. I feel like if you are going to reboot something, there has to be like something different about it, right? Like, okay, we're going to reboot Justified. It's still the same character, but he's in a different world. It's basically what the new Justified is, right? Wouldn't that be considered like a reboot?
I think Justified is a continuation, technically.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he's just in Detroit now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a multiverse thing where he's like in a new world. I don't mean like but I mean, you know what I mean, like reboot. But
still, he's not in Kentucky though, David. That's what I'm saying. It's rebooted. They put him in Detroit.
Yeah, which is like a different world compared to Kentucky. A little different.
Okay. Next up, Among Us is an animated series. Do we care about this?
I was looking that up. CBS is developing it. Among Us blew up, especially it came out in 2018, I think, but it blew up in 2020 during the pandemic. People were at home. It's a mobile game. You can play it on, iOS, Google, Android, whatever. I never got into it. I'm just not very experienced in it, but it looks like it has a good production crew, Titmouse Animation. For those of you who are fans of, if you're fans of Love, Death, and Robot or Big Mouth, any of those shows, they're handling the animation. We'll see. It was one of those shows. I think you have to be really smart to play it. You have to like outwit people, I think.
Okay.
I'm fans of the game. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I've never played it, but
if anybody's in the chat can tell me about Among Us, and then let us know if it's good.
Yeah. And it says in the article I read, it says that CBS is developing, so that makes me think that it's going to go on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But they could sell it, so who knows? But it's probably be on Paramount Plus.
And Paramount Plus is the one that I don't think I have. I mean, I might have it. I don't know. I haven't been charged from it.
You don't watch you don't watch all of the Taylor Sheridan universe? I mean, I know you watch Yellowstone, but you don't watch.
I have it on cable. I have Paramount channel.
You haven't tried Mayor of Kingstown yet with Jeremy Renner?
No. But I did love Tulsa King. Is that the same
Tulsa
channel?
King's Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not on cable. That's Paramount Plus.
But isn't it on
the Prime? Paramount Network? No.
We have Paramount Network. so I can
I
watch.
don't know. I
Tulsa
can't. I'm just confused. The Yellowstone, all that, the rights, it confuses me. I can't.
I know,
keep up.
and I love Yellowstone, and it's such a bummer that it's basically canceled now because Kevin Costner and Taylor Sheridan aren't. Yeah, that's tough. So okay, it's like a whodunit amongst a set amount of players. I've never
Yes.
played it. It's just I just observed. So if it's a whodunit, I'm
Yeah,
out. I tried that Knives Out Glass Onion. This is done.
well, that was a good. I like Knives Out.
You did?
Yeah,
I liked the first one. It was pretty good.
yeah.
I
You
just
like
don't
the second
think.
one?
You know what, David? I'm gonna be the hater right now. You know I don't hate a lot of things. I'm not. Okay. I've been to escape rooms. Not for me. I'm good. I don't need that. I've watched enough like whodunits. I've done like the murder mystery dinner party. I can't tell you how little I enjoy those things. I'm too cynical, David. I'm too cynical. Sometimes there's too much of a comedian in me, and there's too much of a person that like wants to make fun of people. And kind of, I'm not a Debbie Downer, but I do like to really. My sense of humor can kind of be again cynical and silly, and so I don't want to do a whodunit.
Okay, so you're not into like the Murder on the Orient Express or anything like that? No, that's all okay.
No.
All right,
It's like, okay, everybody could be a suspect, and we're going to give you all of these different directions. And then at the end, it's going to be who we thought it might have been all along. I don't want that. I'm good.
No, not a fan. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, Josh.
I'm good.
It's fair.
You know, I've listened to enough true crime podcasts to know that there's never a whodunit.
But what about Only Murders in the Building?
I did like the first season of that one.
Oh, you didn't like the second season?
Nah, I couldn't get in the second season. I was done.
Oh.
But I liked the first season mostly because I was so just in love with Martin Short and Steve Martin being together on screen again, and kind of seeing a different side of Selena Gomez that I just enjoyed that thing. But then after that was over, I was like, if that's the miniseries, I'm good. I don't need it.
Josh, I may make you come back to watch season 3.
Really?
But I think it's I believe it's the final season.
Yes.
You're going to have an amazing cast is coming back. You have some great guest actors. Meryl Streep. The legendary
is in
Meryl
the
Streep.
Second season?
Meryl Streep is going to be in the third and final season.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, some big names.
Okay, then maybe I'll watch because I love Meryl Streep. I just saw one. Recommendation: Poker Face is amazing. Yes. I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it? Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Well, I loved the first episode, and I didn't like it past that.
Well, Ryan Johnson is the same guy who did the the Glass Onion and Knives Out. So if you're not into that, then
yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I like what's her name, the girl with the bad hair from American Pie. Wasn't she in American Pie? And
yes.
Orange is the New Black, wasn't she?
I'm so bad with names.
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne, yeah, she is good.
I like her. I find her very charming.
The first episode had some great cameos. You had Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
And then as the kind of the big villain, Sons of Anarchy again, and Hellboy.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman is in there as well. So I don't know. I liked it. I like the episodic nature of it. I like a little mystery, like one mystery per episode.
Mm-hmm. It's called procedural television, David.
Procedural, not episode. Sorry, procedural. Yes, sorry. Speaking of NYPD Blue. Speaking of NYPD Blue. Yes.
Yeah, Michael Kautzer I watched every episode of this show because Amanda liked it. And I was like, well, if Amanda's going to watch it, then I will watch it because I like to enjoy time with my wife. There wasn't a part where I wasn't on my phone a lot of that show, just being like, okay, it's that person. She figures it out because they're lying. Next. She figures it out because they're lying. Next. It wasn't,
And sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Solskjaer,
1999. Sorry, I'm acting like you're Scandinavian. You might
He's a Viking. No, he is.
He is. He is a Viking.
He's a Viking.
I do apologize if you're not. Happy Valley 3 is fantastic. It's a fantastic show. I love Happy Valley.
I haven't started or got into that show, but I feel like I would like it.
It's good.
Okay.
Very good. It's gritty. It has like a True Detective kind of feel to it. Small town, it's good.
I like that. Speaking of True Detective, David, our final story of the afternoon. True Detective coming back with Jodie Foster and Fargo coming back with John, not my honey baked ham.
I'm always excited for more John Hamm. Always.
Sign me up for ham. I mean, I'm all 2 M's, but all of the pork, right? Just give me straight ham, glaze it a little bit, a little honey, a little pineapple, maybe a little spicy mustard on a Hawaiian roll. Ooh, that's some good ham.
Fargo's one of the. This is a good ham. I love his SNL skit, the John Hams, John
Bubbly
Ham.
and ham. John
Yeah,
Hams, John Ham.
John Hams, John Ham. It's a great skit. Fargo is one of probably the most surprising series in the last few years because it came off, obviously, Fargo's this classic Coen Brothers movie. And why would anyone dare touch it? Why would you even want to dabble in that universe? Then, well, along comes Noah Hawley, showrunner Noah Hawley, and just knocks it out of the park. I feel like maybe the last season for fans might be the least talked about because the Chris Rock season.
One.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know if it was my favorite season, but this new one. But I still think it was creative and interesting. And Noah Hawley's a good storyteller. Next, Josh, what he's doing an Alien television series. So he wants to finish Fargo season 5 first.
Okay.
And then FX is going to do a live action Alien television series.
Like
Sigourney Weaver Alien. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, Sigourney's not going to be in it, but yeah, it's going to be in the Alien universe. So that's pretty exciting, especially from Noah Hawley.
I have a surprise, David. And I haven't listened to this, so I don't know. But this is an audio message I just got from Sinead DeFries. Okay. I've been texting her about coming on the show. It's 45 seconds long. I'm going to play it live here on the air. Okay. And then hopefully it's street legal. And maybe this is like confirming that she comes on the show in a couple weeks. All right. Let's see.
Hi, you're going to kill me. Our shoot ran late on the west side and I've been rushing to get home. But now I am stuck behind a car accident downtown LA. So I'm just sitting here. I also fully understand that I am sending you this while you're on the air. So I apologize. This is very bad television host behavior from one host to another. But yeah, I just didn't want to leave you hanging. If for any reason this clears up and I'm able to get back home in a decent time, then obviously I'd love to come on. But if not, we're gonna have to push my hellos to next week. I'm so sorry, and I love you. Okay, bye.
Well, Sinead, should we call her?
She's so Hollywood. I mean, Sinead is she's like, I'm busy on the west side because my shoot was delayed. I was on her Instagram. Sinead's doing QVC Plus content.
I know.
Stuff. She's a host.
She's the best. We got to get her on here.
She's too busy for us.
I'm texting her. I just played your message on the show. She's big timing us. Total big timing, David. Oh God. Miss Lenora Dixon. Hi, Miss Lenora Dixon. Haven't seen you in so long. It's great to see you on here. Yash Shrivastava with a funny, I need an Ocean's 11 reboot led by John Hamm. I would watch that.
I would watch that too.
What other property should John Hamm be in the Alien thing? That would be a good role for John Hamm.
Yeah, he could do that. He could pull that off for sure. I think Ocean's, because this is TV talk.
Yeah.
You could set a TV series in the Oceans. I mean, Netflix basically did it with that Kaleidoscope. Did anybody watch Kaleidoscope?
I loved Kaleidoscope.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
It had that Ocean's 11 vibe, and it was cool that every episode was in a different order depending on who watched it. So, yeah, cool show.
John Hamm, unfortunately, got it. It was a great SNL sketch. And Kyle Harlow pointing out that SNL still refuses to do Ruth Nega's Rutabagas. And I agree with you, Kyle Harlow, because it's the greatest sketch that nobody's ever seen, and still my favorite Comic-Con moment because I got to ask Ruth Nega if she would be interested in investing in a rutabaga farm with yours truly, David.
Wasn't that like at a Preacher press line or something?
No. It was at the Preacher Hall H panel.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yes. Yeah. The woman who runs the microphone, she's like, can you tell me what question you'll be asking? I was like, why? She was like, because we have to screen them, sir. And I was like, oh, I was going to ask Ruth Nega if she wanted to invest in a rutabaga farm. And she was like, okay. I was like, that's us.
Yeah,
so
you
just need
it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean. Yeah, Amanda and I poured through Kaleidoscope. I really enjoyed that episode and that show. And I like that you could watch it any which way, but I also watched it the way that they told you to watch it.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
anything with Giancarlo Esposito is, he's a man.
Yeah. How about this, Rodney P? John Hamm for the U.S. version of Squid Game that Netflix is making. Okay. They're doing a U.S. Squid Game. What is that? It just ends with Elon Musk and Zuckerberg fighting each other.
Yeah, I always worry when they do like the US remakes, like they did for the folks out there in the UK and Europe. If you ever heard, Josh, you watched the show Broadchurch
Oh
with
yeah,
David Tennant. Awesome.
yeah.
They brought it to the States, and it was still David Tennant, and he had Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad. Remember that? They did one season.
Man,
It
do I
was
not
it was
remember
David
that?
Tennant and Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad. It wasn't good because David Tennant and Olivia Colman had that awesome chemistry, and they
Yeah.
tried to do it again in the States. I was like, what do you just leave it?
Mm.
Leave it over there. Let the UK have their show. That's a great show. Don't
Let
mess with
sleeping crumpets lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them eat their
Yeah.
biscuits and their chips, and just enjoy Broadchurch over there. Because I did watch all of the British Broadchurch, and I highly enjoyed it.
Oh, it's
Speaking of
very
a
good.
British show that I'm looking forward to coming back is Sex Education. That show is fantastic. Do you watch that?
I saw the first season. I'm behind. Is this 3 coming out or 4? Season 4.
4.
Wow. Okay.
4.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, where were we? What were we talking about?
We didn't talk about, we got to highlight True Detective real quick. I'm
Yes.
excited for that. Jodie Foster in Alaska. Sign me up. That's fine.
Okay,
I'll
so
watch it.
the first season was the obviously the amazing one with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Second season was Everybody Talks. It was huge, but I somewhat enjoyed it to a certain extent, mostly because of Colin Farrell. I think Colin Farrell was just 100% incredible. So the fact that they're bringing it back this, and then the third one was the one with
Mahershala and Stephen Dorff.
Correct.
Very good.
And,
it was
and
good.
I thought that was an incredible comeback. So the fact that they waited probably 4 years?
It was before the pandemic. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in.
And I haven't seen Jodie Foster in anything in a really long time.
Yeah, I just rewatched Silence of the Lambs, and just having her in I know she was an FBI or something, but I mean, having her back in a cop type role, isolated in Alaska, going crazy, dealing with whatever she's dealing with. Like I'm signing me up for that all day.
Yeah.
Love Jodie Foster.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Sulksiar 1990 says, I swear Josh gets an Irish twang here and there. When you grew up in Pittsburgh, everybody thinks that your accent is like a Southern Australian Irish accent, but it's just sometimes Pittsburgh comes out of me, and that's that. I don't know what to tell you. My non-regional dialect is sometimes not so non-regional, David.
Yeah, when you grew up where we did, yeah.
It's just.
I mean, Pittsburgh is basically Western New York. I mean, we could drive to Pittsburgh in about 4 hours. I live south of Buffalo. There's about a 4-hour drive to Pittsburgh. It's all the same.
It's all the same. MK Songbird, Issa Lopez directing all episodes of True Detective is super exciting. Also, Callie Reese co-starring with Jodie Foster is great. To Catch the Fair One is one hell of a movie. To Catch the Fair One. I've never heard of it.
I don't know that one.
Ross Bristow brings up an amazing show. You guys watch Blackbird. Did you watch Blackbird? It's with Taron Egerton.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, I did. I like that one a lot. Yeah.
Holy cow. It's based on the true story.
Yeah, it was really good.
He's
having a great time at Apple, especially now he has a Tetris movie out.
The Tetris movie blew my mind. I didn't know it was going to be that good. It is so good. It's like Argo for video games.
I know he already did Kingsman, but I feel like Terrence, I know they're looking for Bond to be young. They don't want to go older, like in his 40s. Taron would make a good James Bond. I think he could do it. I think he could.
Speaking of somebody that is taking on a legendary role, it's crazy to me that the next Superman is being overshadowed by the Lois Lane casting. I know this is a movie, but the Lois Lane casting is one of David and I's all-time favorite TV characters ever.
Yes. The marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Rachel Brosnahan, is Lois Lane. Big news today, folks. Big news.
The fact that we're more excited for Lois Lane than the actual Superman. Who's playing Superman? Tell me this guy's name again, David.
David something. No offense to Mr. David. David Corenswet, if I'm saying that correctly, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Well,
I'm sorry, David. No offense to David.
He's not. Superman's not from Philadelphia, David.
He's not from Philly.
He's not from Philly. Okay. David Corenswet can be the nicest, best Superman we ever see, but he's not from Philadelphia. Okay. He's not. Superman's not from Philadelphia. When the Superman came out in, what was that, 2006, when the bullet hit his eyeball, and it was played by the guy that was in Legends of Tomorrow. What's that guy's name? Benjamin Bratt. Christopher
No,
Pratt, Nick Patterson.
Benjamin Pratt. Benjamin Batson, poker face.
That he is. What's the guy's name? Come on.
Somebody put it in the comments.
Somebody put it in the comments.
We're obviously all horrible with names. Who was in the
Ralph.
Brandon Ralph. That's it.
Brandon
Ralph.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that movie was absolute trash. But Lois Lane was Kate Bosworth, and I was like, I'll go see it for Kate Bosworth, and I was like, oh god, this movie stinks. But then they brought in Cavill, and I was like, okay, Cavill's a badass. I mean, look at Superman when he comes out of the water in that Superman. You're like, a human doesn't look like that. No human looks like that. Okay.
No, he's jacked. It's
jacked.
Huge.
Huge.
And I love too, Joshua's two fellow guys who have a little bit of the chest hair going. I love that Cavill kept the chest hair.
Yes.
I feel like guys now on TV, they're always shaving everything. They're just perfectly smooth. Cavill kept the chest hair. I was like, keep that on that chest hair. I love that. Yeah, he kept the chest hair.
Bradley's Pooper says Corn Sweat is awesome. Now, Corn Sweat is awesome. Superman is not from Philadelphia. Okay.
Now I was telling Josh, we're talking about this offline. I've only seen Corn Sweat in a few things. I haven't seen what was he in? I haven't seen Pearl. I need to check that out. But I have seen We Own the City, and he played a cop there. He had a small role, but that was awesome. One of my favorite shows of 2022. Sure. And then he was in a show called Hollywood on Netflix, which I also saw. That was one of it's forgettable. I've honestly forgot about it until I looked at his IMDb. I'm like, oh yeah, he was in that. That was one of Ryan Murphy's shows. Came out a few years ago. So I'm happy for him. He's a tall guy, 6'4".
But
we'll see.
Height doesn't show on screen,
no,
David.
That's true.
I thought Tom Cruise was 6'10" until 3 years ago.
That's
okay. International pop star Jesse Roach says it perfectly, David. Henry Cavill is the sexiest man alive, and I will take no further questions. And as a straight American male, okay, I can tell you straight up that she is correct. Henry Cavill is a sexy dude. And if you're telling me that the Man of Steel he's got to be Cavill or somebody of Cavill nature. And I don't know if listen, of We Own This City, he didn't really stand out to me if I don't remember him.
Yeah, he was that cop. He had the beard. He was like a cop that was kind of helping out the team investigating. I don't know. Yeah. He wasn't had a big role, but I mean, I'm curious. We'll see. We'll see how he does. That's a big shoes to fill. Big shoes.
Zeno Hour says in here, my Superman is from Philly. Well, congratulations, Zeno Hour. You, sir, are incorrect. Okay. You know what the best part about Philadelphia is, David?
What is it?
Driving through it to get to the Jersey Shore. Okay. Hopefully not hitting traffic on the Schuylkill Expressway trying to get to Avalon, New Jersey. It's the only good part about Philadelphia. How about Corn Sweat's grandfather created the Choose Your Own Adventure book concept? Thanks, Wikipedia.
Really?
Dang. Okay, MK Song.
Okay.
I went to high school with a guy whose great-grandfather created the secret sauce for the Big Mac. How about that?
Okay. I went to the same high school, the motel, like we'll leave the light on for you. You ever remember those commercials?
Oh, yeah,
we'll leave the light on for you. Yeah. He went to the same high school I did about 40 years before I went there. He's a little bit older than me. But, Tom Bodette. Tom Bodette went to Sturgis, Michigan High School. I went there for a few years after I moved from Buffalo.
Tom Bodette.
So, yeah, Tom Bodette. I went to school with, same school.
That's
all I have. That's all I have.
That's all he's got. Josh Shrivastava says Philadelphia is pretty patriotic city, though. Rocky, baby. Rocky is okay.
Yeah.
Rocky is amazing. And I will give you Rocky. Okay. But he didn't even like Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, Stallone. Yeah.
The movie, he didn't even like Philly. He wanted to get out of Philadelphia. The Liberty Bell is cracked. Everybody. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. Jonathan Peck says, my hope is that between this and my Adventures of Superman animated series on Adult Swim managed to show that Superman being Superman is a good thing. I think the problem with Superman always has been, and David and I have argued this many a times, and by argue, I mean friendly discourse at a table with microphones, is that Superman has too many powers. He's got too many of them. He was an early superhero, hard character to write for. Yeah.
That's a great thing, Jonathan. I mean, I'm sure you like, the books like All-Star Superman from Grant Morrison is a great comic book if you want to read that graphic. I'm sure you probably already read it. It's great. But I feel like every time it's on film, it's tough. He's just a hard character. People call him corny. He's not. It's a tough character to do. I hope that James Gunn, who's going to direct this, does it justice, because I love watching Superman on screen. Even when Man of Steel came out, Henry Cavill was excited. I love the old one. I love Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, when I picture Superman in my head, it's Christopher Reeves. That's who I see in my head. He was great.
Christopher Reeve was fantastic. And those old movies, because they are cheesy, make them good.
Everybody's got the corn, the puns coming in.
Corn sweat.
Josh there. Corn sweat. It's because I said corny. Corn sweat.
Zeno ever says, my response to Josh is Wawa is better than Sheets. And to which I will respond, you are correct, sir. Wawa is a lot better than Sheets. Sheets is not in my Pittsburgh blood. It came later in life. I have no idea why Wawa is delicious. The sandwiches are fantastic. The coffee's amazing. The breakfast, like the hot little dishes in there, fantastic. Guess what else? Wawa is also in New Jersey at the beach. So you don't even have to go to Philadelphia to get it.
Josh, the only time I've ever been to a Wawa, I was in Philly.
Okay.
I was in Philly.
Okay, Solxiar 1999. This is a solid question, and I will say this, Solxiar. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much.
Wow.
This is hard. Can we do it next week? Can we come back and give you complete credit and we can give you 4 of our favorite one-season shows? Because I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on this.
That's a great question.
It's really good. I mean, Freaks and Geeks is definitely on it for me, right? Like that's an amazing one season of a show. But I need to
have. Yeah. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah. Tom G says, you think Tom Welling was even brainstormed for the new Superman? No, I don't think so.
For Tom.
Yeah.
Poor
Tom.
Poor. He had a lot of seasons. What do you have? 10 seasons of a show?
I think there was like
he's
13.
Not poor. Yeah, he's not poor.
Yeah.
He's fine. Yeah.
Wait, was My So-Called Life only one season?
No. I'm thinking of the CW, Tom Welling on the CW.
No. So I said Freaks and Geeks for one.
Freaks and Geeks. I was just thinking of the Tom Welling thing.
Yeah. Jonathan Peck, based on the front runners of Lex Luthor, who should play Lex Luthor?
Oh wow, oh my goodness. Who's a good? I'm trying to think like young actors.
I would say older actors.
Older, I think Lex should be older.
Yeah, and I would go Timothy Oliphant because he was great as Bald in Hitman 41.
Ooh, yeah. Hitman. I like Oliphant. I don't know though. Lex Luthor.
I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg because I just don't believe him as evil. I just think he's a kind of a douche.
Yeah, they kind of. He felt too similar to his Facebook character. I felt like he reminded me of Zuckerberg. I get that's what they were kind of going, like a young genius, super tech. Like I got that, but yeah.
The Skarsgård brothers, I guess everybody's in the chat going Skarsgård. I mean, he played that billionaire in Succession. Nicholas Hoult. That's not bad either.
Yeah. Oh, you know who they just showed Bald? He's young though. If you watch it's not new, it's been out for a while, but the Dune trailer for Dune Part 2, they showed Elvis. I'm sure he's wearing a bald cap.
Yeah.
But he's playing a character that, is bald head. So, and he looked pretty good. He looks good in the trailer. I mean, he's a handsome dude. He looks good in the trailer, but I don't know. He's young. I don't know how evil he could be, but we'll see. Austin Butler. John
Hamm is the good. Oh, Mahershala Ali would be a great Lex Luthor. Oh, I like that.
I like Mahersh. And Mahersh can go dark. He can go dark for sure.
He's a good villain.
Or Idris, if we're going, if we're gonna go, keep it brown.
What about Steven Yeun from if you watched Beef? Did you watch Beef on Netflix?
Yeah, I did. I like Steven Yeun. Yeah, he's good.
And I mean, Walking Dead, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a good question. These are some good questions. I just don't have a casting. I'm so bad at casting. I'm awful at casting.
What about Bill Belichick? No.
Patriots. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. No Patriots. No Patriots. No Patriots.
David, we've talked for 45 minutes and have yet to get to like the 3/4 of what we have.
Oh yeah, it's already 5:45. Sorry, I'm losing track here.
This has been a great show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for all the questions. These are great.
Bradley Pooper, Jake Lacey. That's a pretty good one. Steve Harvey is Lex Luthor. Okay. I see you, Trumpy.
Steve Harvey seems so happy. He's a happy guy. He's got that huge smile. He's so happy. I guess he could be evil and happy.
Yeah.
He's such a happy guy.
Billy Zane is Lex Luthor? Yeah.
Yes, Billy Zane. Yes.
What
Love
about
Billy Zane.
Adrian Holmes? He plays Uncle Phil on Peacock's Bel Air. I haven't watched that Bel Air. Have you watched that Bel Air? I think I might try it.
I watched the pilot. It was fine.
Okay.
It was okay.
Freddie Highmore for Lex. Okay, ooh. Kate Van D.
I saw a Javier's name there. I thought about Javier Bardem.
Oh, I could see the Bardem.
He's older and he's played one of the most iconic villains of all time. Yeah. Maybe that's too many villains. He was just in The Little Mermaid. It's fine. He was King Triton. Yeah. I like the original. I'm the old man yelling at cloud. I just want the the original Little Mermaid. The new, it's fine. Okay. It's fine.
Okay. All right, let's look at this rundown since we only have 15
minutes.
We're Let's talk about The Bear and then Secret Invasion, and then we can do a quick turn up the volume if we have time. We'll move that segment to next week, and then we'll do picks of the week. Okay.
Okay. I forgot what to talk about Secret Invasion and The Bear. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay.
Rapid fire.
So The Bear, we're gonna talk episodes 1 through 6. We're not gonna spoil anything at all. Okay. But I think what the perspective you're gonna get here on The Bear from David and I is that we both worked in restaurants for long periods of time, and some of us at very high end restaurants, me at like a little bit of both, from a sports bar to a beach bar to a high-end restaurant in New York to a high-end restaurant in Los Angeles. Season 1 of The Bear, I looked at as like almost a movie, right? It was, I felt like the whole season was one long, awesome pilot. Seriously, like it, because it, it was a whole movie of a story arc of a pilot, right? In The Bear. This season, at least 1 through 6. And if you watch The Bear, which you should, it was Hulu's highest rated comedy premiere in the history of the platform. Okay. And FX's of a season 2, something like that. Oh, Chris Maloney is Lex. Anyway.
Ooh, and like Law and Order. Yeah.
Yeah. So episode 6 of season 2, David. Mm-hmm. It will win all of the Emmys for everything.
Yeah, if you're familiar with season 1, it's the equivalent of what the one-shot episode was in season 1. It's the one that everybody's talking about without going into too many specifics. Yeah, it's insane. It
gives you anxiety. I mean, I come from a big Italian family, and we do the fishes on Christmas, and we've had some good ones and we've had some bad ones. My mom has never driven a car through the house, thank goodness. We've still got some years left in Deb, so it could happen. But there is something magical about that episode in the fact that the cast is on another level. That's like an off-Broadway play where they all decided, hey, we're going to win a Tony this year. And they did a play called Christmas Dinner. And everybody got an Emmy. Everybody. Look at that cast, David, of that episode.
Yeah, I don't know how spoilery we want to get. I don't want to, because I avoided any spoilers, and I turned that episode on, and some of the faces that we saw were just, it blew my mind. And not, again, you can't just throw big actors in something like, oh, this is going to be great. They all have to work together, and they did. Like, you believe all their relationships. Of course, like the main cast, Jeremy Allen White as Carmi.
John Bernthal is his brother.
John Bernthal is his brother Mike, coming back for another guest appearance. He was in season 1 for a little bit. Yeah. Just incredible, and everybody in every moment, like one actor could outshine the next, but they all allowed them like to work together. It was cohesive. You felt the relationships. You felt the love. You felt the anxiety. There's so much anxiety. There's some specific scene with a fork incident that just had me. It was like one of the more suspenseful scenes I've seen on TV, and it's just a fork. It's just a fork. Like, no one's going to get shot or anything. Nope. No one's going to die, but there's a fork. And I'm like, what's going to happen next? It had me on the edge the whole time, Josh. I couldn't look away.
Daniel Sava, that moment with Natalie's husband.
Yeah, that's it. You can't have 8 fish. 8 fish. No, we can't have 8 fish.
Stupid idiot. I would love for them to do I wish and I hope that they do like a mini documentary when this is all done about that episode. Like when they were shooting that, they should have been doing a doc, like a mini doc, 10 to 15 minutes about the shooting of that episode. Because again, that's going to win every Emmy. Guest star is going to win an Emmy for that. Episode is going to win an Emmy for that. Directing is going to win an Emmy for that. Yeah. Writing is going to win an Emmy for that. Just take my word. Clip this out right now. Save it for your whatever. That's going to win every Emmy.
And I'd love to know, because Josh, you have more experience behind, on camera than I do. I'd love to know how much of it was improv and how much was scripted. Because there's a lot of times when everybody's just talking over everybody. Yeah. There's a scenes I'll just say there's a scene in the kitchen where it's like 4 or 5 actors, and they're all just yelling and having separate conversations. I'm like, is that all scripted? Or are some people just talking in the background just to be talking? It's crazy how they pulled that together. It's amazing.
Okay. David Gibson and Soxia are asking in the UK, where is it streaming? I'm sorry, I don't know, but I think that the chat just helped you guys out. Disney Plus, apparently.
Disney in the UK, it's the Star or Star, whatever that is on the Disney.
Okay.
I think it's called Star.
So, what I think and how I looked at it, because I've been listening to, and I highly recommend it if you like the show. I know you probably don't watch it, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has a podcast, and they basically watch an episode each week. And it kind of, sometimes they don't, sometimes they just have a podcast, but they watch an episode every week. They bring on guests and they talk about it. And It's Always Sunny is shot on 3 cameras all at the same time, right? So it's coverage. So they can talk over each other, right? And in the edit, it's always the hardest job in that edit, and in that is the sound mixer, right? Because there's so many people mic'd up and there's so many people going at everything. And even the ADR of that has got to be tough. I would imagine if I was shooting that dinner scene that there was probably 4 to 6 cameras going at the same time to get all of that, because it's so big. It's so big. And they had to have, because if you notice in this season, they've been shooting a ton of very tight close-ups. I mean, you're seeing pores on skin. You're seeing blemishes on lips. It's tight, right? And the girl who plays Claire, who was in what did we just did? The actress that plays Claire, she was in the movie with the kids chasing the drone, I think.
I know, I can't remember.
Somebody give me anyway. Daniel Sabuya says,
Molly Gordon.
Yes, Molly Gordon. She's incredible in this show. Yeah. She's actually not in the 6. Yeah, Jillian Jacobs from Pittsburgh. Animal Kingdom. She's in that show. I know we were talking about that last week. But episode 6 aside, and I tweeted this after I watched it. It is hands down, in my opinion, the greatest bottle episode of a television show ever. I think it makes The Fly. In Breaking Bad, it makes Pine Barrens and Sopranos. It makes the underwater episode in BoJack Horseman. You can put those up against those, and this one will win every single time. I mean, I can't imagine, because the show takes place in Chicago. All of the actors and actresses that they got in there are Chicago legends. They are royalty in Chicago. I'm not even going to, because if you haven't watched it, I don't want to give it away. 412 represent it, because if I was going to do, like, for instance, if I was going to do this episode and the bear took place in Pittsburgh, David, that Christmas episode would be like Jeff Goldblum, Michael Keaton, Gillian Jacobs, because she's from Pittsburgh, Joe Manganiello. Like, I could rattle off Amy Brenneman. There's a ton of people in Pittsburgh. Josh, what's his name? Patrick Wilson. He's from Pittsburgh. So there's something magical about the fact that all of those people probably loved the bear. The bear reached out to as many people as it could and pulled all the strings to get all those people to shoot. That was an hour and 20-minute episode of television.
It's a movie. It's basically a movie. Yeah, really is. It could stand alone as a film. Yeah, it's well done. Yeah,
mighty. Yeah, thank Justin Channel, Zachary Quinto. He's Pittsburgh. And Jesse Roach, international pop star, says it. Agree, Josh. Episode 6 was visceral and painful to watch in this way. David, are you going to watch episode 7 tonight?
I am. I'm going to watch episode 7 and then watch The Bachelorette, or try to watch The Bachelorette, yes.
Episode 7 is the best episode of the season.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that.
I take away the fishes, the dinner episode, and I put it over here because it almost like it could stand alone without the show.
Yes, it could. It's also a lot coming at you. Like it's almost like I know I'm sure I missed certain things. It's a lot coming at you. I honestly, Justin, I can make a quick plug. I actually really enjoyed so far. I've seen 1 through 6.
Yes.
I have to watch the rest of the episodes, but I love the honeydew episode, which is Marcus's episode. In episode 4, he takes a little trip.
Copenhagen.
And it's a quiet episode. It's not as much yelling, and it's so good. It's so well done. That's so far that might be my favorite episode, but I need to watch the others first.
And I will say, Amanda and I finished it on Monday night. We stayed up later than any parent with a 2-year-old should stay up. We paid for it we paid for it today. Or no, we stayed up Sunday and finished it. So yesterday I was exhausted. David, I sobbed at the end.
Okay.
It broke me in a way I didn't think I could be broken. It hurt.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Haskell, don't worry. I haven't seen any spoilers yet. He's saying, David, no spoilers in the chat.
Yeah.
I've kind of been careful, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah. Man.
It's a great show.
Next week we're going to do episodes 7 through 10, and then maybe even do at the end. We'll do it at the end of the episode, and we'll do kind of a spoiler situation. So if you want to tune into a spoiler review of The Bear, David and I will go into that next week. Let's talk Secret Invasion. We have 3 minutes left in the show.
Wow, this went by so fast. Sorry about that, guys. I had some tangents, some side tangents. Sorry about that. Yikes.
Haskell 420. Funny thing that is Oliver Platt's character, the same character from the Jon Favreau movie Chef, because in that movie he's a food critic. They play very similar. Yes, yeah. Lady Jennifer Snow saying Forks is definitely the best episode in an incredible season. I agree, Lady Jennifer. It's great. God, the show is just, the cast is great. And they could have, and David, I think you might agree with me on this one, is sometimes, obviously there's people talk about the sophomore slump in television. It happens quite often. It's something you hope your quarterback never goes through as a rookie. I'm hoping Kenny Pickett comes out next year. We make the playoffs. I mean, we're going to be good next year, David. People are sleeping on the Steelers. Anyway. But a lot of times people can take that character, and because the Bear is so popular, they can take it and go a little ham on it. Not John Hamm, but like take it to a level that's almost too character-y instead of just being what the people wanted in the first season. And somebody like, is it Eben Rachel Baccarat? How do the guy
Eben Moss Baccarat? Yeah.
Evan, did I say Evan Rachel? Evan Moss
Evan Rachel Wood. Yeah.
Evan, I'm an idiot. Evan Moss Baccarat, who was incredible in Andor, is incredible in the show. And he could have gone to another level of being obnoxious as Richie, but just like the great actor that he is, he just stayed in the lane and destroyed. And absolutely,
it's cool to see him with Bernthal again. They were together in the Marvel's Punisher series back in the day, back in the old Marvel Netflix days. So it's good to see those two together. Yeah.
Agreed.
Josh, so there was a Marvel show that premiered. It's kind of a big deal. We probably should at least just say we watched it, right? We watched it. I didn't know anything about it. I have been so out of the Marvel world, David. Like we talked about, I'm a little marveled out to a certain extent. It's not that I dislike it. I just haven't been moved like I was moved by Tony Stark and Iron Man and that early Marvel. And I think, with the kid and, and I'll be honest, when Chadwick Boseman passed away, I was, that hurt me a lot because Black Panther was my favorite. And, anyway, I love seeing Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons, in Secret Invasion. And I love Ben Mendelsohn. Underrated show that you and I both loved was, what was that Florida show? Where with the brothers, with the guy...
Where they were always sweating.
It was all the actors of like that guy who's in that thing.
Yes, Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler. Yeah, the coach.
Can somebody give it to? Right?
Yeah,
in
Bloodline. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Dad brains. We got dad brains. Once you have a kid, so much stuff just leaves your brain. You just because all you're worrying about is your child. That's it. So it's all you got. Thank you, Will McLean. Thank you, MK Songbird. Yeah, Olivia Colman, Amelia Clark in this show. I know a lot of people said it was slow and everything, but I think I think it kind of has to be in the first episode.
Yeah, and it's got that kind of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It's like it feels. It's not British, but it feels kind of like an old British spy show, like that show that I like, Slow Horses on Apple that I always plug. Watch that. Gary Oldman's awesome. I'll just say one thing about Secret Invasion. I'm not an expert in Marvel comic lore. I don't know a lot about the Skrulls. but I could watch Sam Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn in a buddy cop show. Like if you just take those two and just have them going solving crimes every week, I would love to watch that. Those guys have their chemistry is great together.
Fantastic.
I love watching them.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Yeah.
I'm sold in the first episode, and I know I didn't think I would be because I'm not a big fan of like the scrolls and the verses and everything. But we're back in America, or not in America. We're back in the world, in our world, on Earth.
Yeah.
Earth 1 or whatever. I would like for them to eventually get to the United States because I feel like every show now is just like, we're in Moscow. Why are we constantly over there? Get out of there.
Well, Josh, they explained it that there's more nuclear sites than anywhere in the world, and the scrolls aren't affected by radiation, so they can hide out. We don't know where they are. They could be anywhere. It looks like they were in Chernobyl or something.
I think it's Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Chernobyl not. My geography is horrible. But
Ukraine.
It's right. It's not Russian, right? Sorry about that. But they look like they were in. Yeah, great show.
I don't know. I don't consider it a one season, or if that's just a mini series. But
Chernobyl is a mini series, or Secret Invasion.
No, miniseries. Chernobyl is just a miniseries.
Chernobyl is just a miniseries, an awesome miniseries. Yeah.
Okay. MK Sonberg, Americans Against Russia. Got to come up with a better group.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Olivia Colman does have an Oscar for best, I think, supporting actress. No, or was it actress?
No, because she beat out Glenn Close that year. She won. I think everybody thought Glenn was going to win because it was Glenn's time, and Glenn had been nominated and never won. And then Olivia won. It was like, ooh. I mean, good for her. I think everybody wanted Glenn.
Favret for the Favret.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, let's do quick as fast as we can go. You just want to do pick of the week. What do you want to do? It's 6:02.
Let's do pick of the week. Yeah, let's do pick of the week.
Great week. Go ahead, David. It's
week.
All right, what do you got?
I have 2 shows coming out. I saw somebody in the chat bring it up earlier. Thank you for that. Warrior is returning for its 3rd season. It was on Skinamax. Now it's part of the Max family. It's a great, if you like martial arts, if you like crime shows, if you like mafia style gang war shows, watch Warrior. Coming out on Thursday. And then tomorrow on Apple, Hijack. Idris Elba is going to be saving a bunch of people up in a plane. They're in trouble. It's getting hijacked. Idris Elba has to come to the rescue. New series on Apple TV Plus starting tomorrow, Wednesday, the 28th.
Amanda and I have got a new show to watch because she is an Idris Elba fan. That's why I buzz my head to look more like Idris Elba. I'm going to get a Luthor jacket eventually. I live up here in like a little bit of colder climate now, Dave. I should have a Luthor jacket. Yeah. All right, my week is Dairy Girls on Netflix. It's 3 seasons. I thought it could have gone 4. It was one of those shows that ended a little early. It's this unbelievable coming of age show about these girls in Northern Ireland during, the turmoil between England and Ireland and Northern Ireland, all that kind of stuff. And it's so charming. It's so well done. It's one of the better period pieces, if you will. It's just hilarious. Just hilarious.
I second that. Second Dairy.
Second Dairy Girls. Hank Hill says Netflix Dark. Netflix.
Yes.
Dark.
Yeah. Netflix Dark was a good show. German show. Yeah. Very good. It was trippy. I think they did 3 seasons. Very trippy. Really? They had a show. The showrunners had a show called 1890. I'm blanking on the name, but that got canceled. It got canceled, which is too bad. So they're really creative guys. They're really creative showrunners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darnell says, "Why does the Idris series suck a Liam Neeson movie?" He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Hijack. A very particular set of skills.
35,000 feet up in the air. What could go wrong?
There better be snakes in this movie. Still the best plane movie when those snakes hijack that damn plane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is TV Talk. I'm Josh Macuga at Josh Macuga. David, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Griffin D on Instagram and right here every Tuesday with the wonderful, the beautiful, the lovely Josh Macuga.
Beautiful. You sexy son of a bee. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Again, we're here every single Tuesday. It's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hey, look at that. Boom. And we'll be in a podcast form. I'm hoping to get to that soon, in between being a father and trying to be a husband and trying to improve my handicap and my golf game. Listen, we say it all the time. You choose positivity. Call somebody, text them, tell them you love them. It matters. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. Put down book. Pick up the remote. We'll see you next week. I'm going to end this broadcast.